So Rodgers with our guy Kyle Brandt, who used to work here, part of the Fox Sports Radio Alumni Association. And here is Aaron Rodgers giving his rebuttal to what Terry Bradshaw had to say. Take a listen.
I've known Terry for a long time, being a part of Fox. Terry's a legend. He's an absolute legend. He won 4 Super Bowls. He's had a legendary career in the media. But Terry, like a lot of people, doesn't know me. And so he's got an idea of what he thinks about me based on what I've done, the documentary, what I've said, Darkness Retreat, whatever the hell you want to talk about. I'd love to get to know Terry on a deeper level. And I feel like if he gave me a chance to get to know him, that we'd have a good friendship, because for me, I have nothing but the utmost amount of respect and deference for what the greats have done, because they laid the foundation for us to be able to play in this great game, to be paid like kings, and to carry on the tradition of excellence that guys like the Bradshaws of the world in the 70s and Bart Starr in the 60s and Lombardi and Joe Montana and Steve Young and Troy Aikman and Brett Favre.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Well, the main part of that is he said Terry's a legend, and I'd love to get to know him, and he doesn't know me, and he just knows me from the documentary, and he knows me from this, that, and the other thing. He said, I think we'd be friends. So let us discuss the question. What did you make of the rant? We played most of it. What did you make of the rant of Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers? Very diplomatic, right? Very diplomatic response to Hall of Famer Terry Bradshaw telling him to go chew on bark. All right, so I've got the Spectrum, Mannequin, and Post Office, and we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make Lunch with Terry. I actually followed Lunch with Terry years ago, a classic L.A. radio show. Terry Bradshaw did a talk show for 1 hour a day, and it was, well, if you heard it, you know it was an all-timer back in the day. So number one. I said number one. This is so on brand for Aaron Rodgers, right? It's so perfect for Aaron Rodgers here. This is a guy who essentially lives his life at this point like he's inside some kind of Sundance documentary. And the whole thing, he mentioned a lot of it, right? He mentioned the Darkness Retreat. I don't think he mentioned ayahuasca. Later on, we'll get to the mystery wife. That's out there as well. And so now he's trying to emotionally connect to Terry Bradshaw. Hey, spoiler alert! Spoiler! Hey, Aaron, hate to tell you there. Terry told you to go gnaw on a tree. He would like you to find a nice tree out in the woods and start chewing. Okay, not come over to have some tea with crystals. I don't think that was the approach that Bradshaw took. So now Aaron Rodgers continues to be great for talk radio. He's also on the Spectrum. This weird, bizarro, spiritual sitcom thing that's going on here. And I'll go back to the fact that he's got a wife no one has seen, and it's been a while now, and who knows, maybe she lives in an igloo or something like that. I don't know. And now he's trying to build bridges, Rodgers, with people who have mocked him, like Terry Bradshaw. And listen, it's definitely weak by Aaron Rodgers, and he might be watching. We all might be watching the NFL's version of just an emotionally available quarterback. Normally they're not that way, but if you take a step back, right, Aaron Rodgers, who's now trying to make it go one last run, one last moment in the sun in Pittsburgh, we would not be shocked if next week, not this week, but next week, Aaron Rodgers shows up in some kind of hemp poncho and offers Terry Bradshaw one of those forgiveness, circle things at a retreat in Sedona. They can just all go together, all expenses paid, and go hang out in Sedona and have a great time. So, again, buckle up. We know there's a lot of Steeler fans, Yinzer fans. Buckle up. This is the Aaron Rodgers full experience. It's going to be a long, wild ride with Aaron Rodgers, and I'm there for it. Listen, I'm there. It's a page-turner. Every single page, I'm in. Now, for us, page number 2. Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, now we mentioned that Aaron Rodgers has a mystery wife, and he talked about that. He went on the record, kind of, in that same interview. We got a little more insight, just a little bit more, and he's speaking to state-sponsored NFL Media at the Steelers training camp, Rodgers opened up about his marriage. Do we have that? I don't know if we have that. I guess we don't have that. All right, so he said, quote, when you meet the right one and you're with the right one, your whole world changes in a second. Rodgers said of the mystery woman supposedly named Brittany, he said, and to have that person that unconditionally loves you behind the scenes, there's no better feeling in the world, Rodgers said. And I have the most incredible wife, close quote. All right, so does anything stand out? Is there anything here that stands out about Aaron Rodgers yapping loquaciously about his mystery wife, Brittany? So, yes. Yeah, yes. The whole thing, the whole damn thing, it's ridiculous. Rodgers saying that he's got the most incredible wife, and yet we still have there's no background info, there's no photo, there's no nothing. There's no there. There's no there, and not one paparazzo shot. Rodgers lives in the offseason in Malibu. He is surrounded by paparazzo, and nobody has a photo. So what is going on? It's like she doesn't exist. Like, seriously. Like, this supposed woman named Brittany does not exist. You're telling me that this guy, Aaron Rodgers, who's been in the public eye for years and years, starting quarterback in the NFL, and there's not one photo out, not one, not a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend's gardener that said, hey, I saw so-and-so and I know who it is. Right? You realize that in the times we live in, if you sneeze, TMZ's got 5 different angles slow-mo. 5 different angles slow-mo. It's 2025. That's how the world works in 2025, right? This one, not a single shot. Not a single shot. It's like we can't even get one of those grainy Bigfoot-esque. You know that the images of Bigfoot, which are always kind of weird, and it's not really a clean photo of Bigfoot. And it's like, what's going on with that? You know, it's that kind of deal. It's that kind of deal. So Aaron Rodgers has been going down this anti-mainstream, pseudo-science, like rabbit hole thing for a long time, with all the stuff we've talked about here, the ayahuasca, the darkness retreats, and all that stuff. And so now, is there a chance that she's a ghost, that Brittany's a ghost from the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland, and that he married a ghost from the Haunted Mansion at Disneyland? It's possible, right? She might be imaginary. You can't totally rule it out, right? You cannot totally rule it out. It's a small percentage chance, but you can't really rule it out. The odds are low, but the odds are not zero. The odds are not zero for Aaron Rodgers. Man, this is another level. It really is. I mean, incredible wife, but she, I guess wants to keep a low profile. Okay. Did she even say yes? Who knows? Could a ghost say yes? I don't know. That's another level of bizarro. Just another level of bizarro, and it's like, hey, did he marry a mannequin? Did he find her in a display case somewhere and then took her to a ceremony in Missoula, Montana to get married because there's no one in Montana? And it's like she's under the witness protection program, or she's under house arrest if she's real. Are they not living together? Is that what's going on? Like, what's the deal on this? Yet he's walking around and letting people know that they trust me. It's like trust me, bro. She's really amazing. Trust me, bro. Yeah. You know what it sounds like? Back when I was in high school, and there'd be everyone had a friend who had a girlfriend, but she went to a different school. Right, she went to a different school, and you wouldn't know her, and never came around. They're lying. They didn't have a girlfriend. They didn't go to another school. They just made it up. So anyway, Stephen Jones, the Dallas Cowboys executive vice president, the son of Jerry. He got the job because of DNA. Stephen Jones saying of the contract squabble, he said, "We want to pay Micah too. He has to want to be paid." So what does that even mean? That's the question. So I've got Expressway, garage sale, and Macy's. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a biscuit with some mashed potatoes and some gravy. on the side. So, using all of the top technology, and some of you people use like advanced AI and all. No. I have a decoder ring. That works for me. I have a decoder ring. That's all I need, and it's priceless. Got it years ago, my decoder ring. So Stephen Jones is sending a message, a very public message about Micah Parsons, which kind of obviously don't need a decoder ring to figure that part out. But this is, according to the decoder ring, corporate speak. All right, this is corporate speak for we lowballed Micah Parsons. We did not offer him the contract that everyone thought we were going to offer Micah Parsons, and he did not bite at the offer that we made him, and now we are shocked that he didn't sign and say, thank you, can I have another? And so it's like they think that they're entitled to some kind of cowboy discount or something like that, right? So, there's got to be some kind of discount or something like that. No. But I like the positioning. Like the positioning is, hey, it's not our fault. It's Micah Parsons. He's the bad guy here. And they're playing hardball. Remember that show used to be on TV, Hardball? They're playing hardball here. And the Cowboys, this is not so much of a leak. There's other stuff that was leaked over the weekend. This is more of a direct, there's actually audio of Stephen Jones. Of course, we don't have it here. But the audio of Stephen Jones saying that to the media. But there's other stuff that was leaked as well, using useful idiots in the media to make it look like Parsons is the difficult one and all that stuff. So it does not change my position. I have maintained, I have been locked in Benny's bunker. I am in Benny's bunker when it comes to the Micah Parsons story. We are on the expressway. There's no off-ramps. We are on the expressway. We are headed towards critical mass. That is where we are headed towards, and it's going to come down to the 11th hour, that first regular season weekend, right before the Cowboys' first game, and they're going to milk every single headline, right? Just milk every single headline here. Classic Jerry Jones playbook technique there. The Cowboys, the glitz, the glamour, the dysfunction, all of that, trying to run out the clock and hope that Micah Parsons blinks. And the Cowboys is pretty much just kind of going around talking in circles and all that. That's what they do, which is good for us because we get to break it all down scientifically there. And they want to pay Micah Parsons, but only on their terms. And the kicker of all kickers on this, and the part of it which is so great, is every man, woman, and child knows that the fan, the Cowboy fan, they talk a good game, but they'll show up no matter what. It doesn't matter. They're there for the star on the side of the helmet. They're there for the aura. It's a captive audience. Jerry knows this. Everyone knows this. And they're still going to buy the jerseys. They're still going to go out there every year. We believe this is the year, and this is going to be, everything's going to go great. And why? Because the Cowboys, the Cowboy fan is in a toxic relationship with the front office. It's been that way for 30 years, and the great thing is that a lot of them don't even realize it. It was like, I don't understand. No idea what this is all about. Anyway.